Alright, gentlemen and hoes, remember guys, this is a gender inclusive channel, as 1.7% of our viewers are of the female gender. I will now explain the entirety of the clusterfuck lore that is Age of Sigmar, also affectionately known as Age of Shitmar, due to its great storytelling, original character design, and completely necessary name changes for most if not all races and factions. Let's get into it. Alright. So stepping back a bit, let's talk about the end of the end times quickly. You know, everyone's favourite plotline of Warhammer Fantasy. All humans died, all dwarves died, all greenskins died, Nagash exploded and most of the undead died with him, most of the lizardmen died, and the survivors blasted the fuck out of there in spaceships and shit like that, and all elves died or were eaten by Slaanesh. A lot of Skaven died, but Thankful, or if that's how you say his name, was able to kind of merge Skaven Blight with the Realm of Chaos, but he kind of fucked it up. Now Skaven Blight connects to everything. I'll explain that shit in a bit, don't worry about it for now. But yeah, the old world blows up, rip good storytelling, all hail chaos. Actually, wait a sec. I have a quicker way of showing you what happened to the old world in Warhammer Fantasy. Check this out. Anyways, cause Sigmar is such a hard motherfucker, he ends up floating around on the core of the old world, you know, the one that got skull fucked by chaos, for a few hundred years, being kind of bored and dead. Yeah, he was kind of dead. Anyways, a spunky ass star dragon called Dracothion flies up to the frozen dead Sigmar and is like, "Sup bitch, do you need a hand?" And dead Sigmar is like, "Hey my boy, yeah, I could use a blow." So the dragon blows Sigmar until Sigmar is alive again. They then become best buddies and fly around the stars together. The end. Just kidding, but to be honest, still better ending than the end times. Anyways, turns out that the laws of magic have materialized into 9 realms. Ooh, why are there always 9 realms? With each realm being given the theme of each law of magic. So like, the fire realm is full of volcanoes and angry people, so pretty much Australia during the summer. The realm of life is full of tree-hugging hippies. Realm of light is all about symbolism and gay shit like that. Realm of shadow is all spooky and mysterious. And then there's a realm of dead, where literally every dead dude goes no matter what. One of the realms is literally a chaos realm, but like it's not as fucked up like that as you would think. Like you could probably go there for like a cheap discounted holiday, or if you need to help underprivileged kids and shit like that. Anyways, Sigmar thinks the name Dracothion is a bit of a mouthful, so do I. So he calls him Malice instead, because it's like half the amount of letters, and now Sigmar has more time building realms and fighting wars and shit, and now doesn't have to say long, complicated names and words like Dracothion. While floating around, Malice reveals he's like the dragon god thingo who is responsible for resetting realities. So when a world explodes, he absorbs its magic and as many souls as he can, and he restarts a new reality. So yeah, they made a city in the realm of heavens, which is Sigmar's personal crib, and they released all the souls that Malice collected into a cloud near the city, and the cloud was like a cloud of life. It would incubate the souls and eventually gave each soul a mortal form. Like if it was a greenskin soul, it would eventually assume the form of a greenskin, and it would retain its personality and culture and shit like that. So yeah, the souls regained their forms and mortal life began once again. Oh yeah, and due to all the elves getting fucked by chaos or eaten by Slaanesh, they couldn't actually find any elf souls in the soul cloud, so rip elves. So yeah, Sigmar decided that after finding all 8 of the mortal realms, excluding Chaos Realm, because like, fuck that shit, he thought to himself, hey, surely I'm not the only god who wasn't raped to death at the end of the world. I'll see if some of my mates are still lurking around. So he skipped around to the realm of fire, where Grimnir and Grungy, who, if you haven't watched my video about the gods of the old world, you would recognize, so I recommend watching that video. So yeah, the dwarven gods of slaying and smithing, there you go. Anyways, the dwarven gods were chained to a mountain and were very embarrassed how they got there. So they didn't really tell Sigmar what happened. After Sigma freed them though, they joined his boy band. Grungy taught all the mortals about smithing and technology, so that the technology returned to the level it was during the end times. Grungy then gathered the dwarves together. Sorry, I meant Duridin. Fucking Games Workshop trying to milk their copyright so fucking hard it gives me brain aids. Anyways, Grungy gathers his Duridin, happy Games Workshop, and they form a sick-ass mountain hold and become absolute pimps. Grimnir, on the other hand, was impatient as fuck, and he was like, "What's up, Sigma man? Like, I want to instantly repay my debt, man. Is there anything big I can kill for ya?" So Sigma's like, yeah, we now know, well, now that you mention it, mate, there's this giant god fire dragon who's been a pain in the ass, so you can go kill it, yeah? So Grimnir is like, "No worries, boss, man." And then Grimnir kills the big ass fire dragon god bitch, but he also dies. What a way to go. Rip Grimnir. You will be missed. Anyway, Sigma then drags his big ass balls to the realm of light and finds Tyrion ruling as its god, with the non-god Teclis helping him out by doing his tax returns and other admin shit like that. Oh yeah, Tyrion is now blind and has to see through Teclis's eyes, because, you know, fair enough. The two elves have also been searching for the other elf souls because they get a bit lonely with, you know, hanging out with their brother all the time, but they can't find any, so they decide to join Sigma's war band as the pianist and the drummer respectively. Malekith wakes up as the god of the realm of shadows. He merged with his dragon, even though she was female, so is he transgender? I don't know. And is now a large shadow creature called Malerion. He eventually also finds his mum Arathi, who somehow escaped Slaanesh, and they rule the realm together. Although they also joined Sigma's dream team, we don't know if they still have their good old-fashioned mother-son incest. Ilariel woke up in the realm of light with extreme PTSD and a bunch of seeds she held on from the old world. She replanted those seeds and revived all the tree men and created a bunch of key beings, basically making the realm of light Athel Lauren. She also ends up joining Sigmar's Avengers, but would rather spend time gardening. Gorka Morka, because those two gay boys merged into one god, was found trapped in a wise old piece of amber. Sigma was like, "Fuck it, what's the worst that could happen?" and freed Gorka Morka. Gorka Morka became the god of the realm of beasts and also joined Sigmar's dream team, because Sigma kept finding shit for him to beat up. And last but not least, Sigma found Nagash, just kicking it in the realm of death. Nagash was like, "Yeah, alright Sigma, I'll join ya." Nagash is now like the god of all afterlives other than chaos. So yeah, Sigma then recruited various lesser gods and even some cooperative monsters and creatures to be part of his pantheon of gods. This group of gods were very strong, and when Chaos did eventually discover the existence of these realms and launched a full-scale invasion, their armies were easily crushed, hence Chaos could not destroy everything again. At least for now. Eventually though, because gods are dumb cunts, things started to fall apart. Ilariel returned to her realm to fight the armies of Nurgle alone using guerrilla warfare and sabotage. Tyrion and Malerion were sick of being some of the only elves alive, so they went off to try and kidnap Slaanesh, and Gorka Morka got sick of Sigma trying to build shit, so he went off to create a massive multi-realm war that went around and just fucked everyone's shit up. Eventually Sigma got sick of Gorka Morka's shit and smited them back into two halves, greatly diminishing Gork and Mork's strength and sending them back to the realm of beasts. A good thing to note at this point is that because Slaanesh ate way too many souls and isn't as strong as the other chaos gods physically, it became very bloated and unable to move. So it, Slaanesh, you know, it's a bit of a tranny, hid in a cave for thousands of years to try and digest all the souls. Tyrion and Malerion found him and kidnapped him, which made all of Slaanesh's warriors shit themselves and rally and try and race back to their god. However, because Titsnitch, throwback to the old joke, is a funny fucker, he manipulated Khorne into attacking Slaanesh's armies, which allowed Tyrion and Malerion to take Slaanesh back to one of their realms. No one knows what Tyrion and Malerion did to Slaanesh, but it's safe to assume it wasn't nice, because all the elf souls were released and retook mortal form. It is unknown if Slaanesh is dead or just cut into little pieces and shoved into a cage. Oh, yeah, and because Games Workshop are annoying, the reborn elves are now called Aelfs. Okay, so here is when shit really hits the fan. There's a spot in the warp of the realms that is like a train station, and each realm is accessible from there. Obviously, Sigmar and his armies were sitting there because it's like a chokehold to block Chaos from entering the 8 mortal realms. However, Nagash pulls a Manfred on everyone and fucking mad dashes back to the realm of death, which turns the battle in Chaos's favour. Sigmar retreats and tells each realm to prepare their anus because Chaos is going in dry. Nagash arrives back in his realm of death being all cocky, but discovers Skaven have infested his realm and blew up his black pyramid. Again. Then Archaon, who is probably basically a god at this point, yeah he is, rocks up and fights Nagash. Archaon wins and destroys Nagash's mortal form. However, Nagash's soul survives, but yeah, he isn't having a good time at the moment. Sigmar is really shitty at the moment because all of his dropkick gods are doing random shit and fucking everything up. So he gathers the ones that he can and forms a magical barrier to protect the realms of heaven, and he closes the realm gates. Every realm except Sigmar's realm of heavens gets conquered by Chaos, and they ruin all the shit that Sigmar built. I'll quickly explain Skaven's situation and all this. The Great Horned Rat is now a Chaos god, but the other gods of Chaos don't think much of him. Fair enough, he's a rat. Even Archaon spat in his face. Skaven Blight merged with the realms of Chaos, but Skaven fucked up, which led to parts of Skaven Blight stuck in the material plane. Basically meaning Skaven can appear in whatever realm they want, whenever they want to. But yeah, the realms are in really bad shape, but Khorne, being moderately autistic and very sexually frustrated, decided that winning is for pussies, so he launched an attack on all the other Chaos Gods for absolutely no reason whatsoever, attacking Nurgle's garden and Titsnitch's maze. This gave Sigmar and his mates some breathing room and allowed some realms to fight back and reclaim parts of their realm. Sigmar used this breathing room to build a fucking overpowered army called the Stormcast Eternals, aka Space Marines. I'm not even joking, they just fucking reskin some Warhammer 40k Space Marines and act like we should bow down and lick their juicy and copyrighted balls. Anyway, the Stormcast Eternals were built with the help of Grungy and are basically immortal hero souls in lightning armor, and they just fuck shit up. Using the Stormcast Eternals, let's just call them Sigmarines, Sigmar engaged multiple battles, one of which ended in Sigmar reclaiming his beloved Galmaraz, which gave him the power to nuke the fuck out of some Chaos bases. The Sigmarines also travelled to the Realm of Life to help Ariel defeat Nurgle, Clan Pestilence, and Beastmen hordes. The forces of Life and Sigmarines are able to win the battle, however Ariel is killed. The Sigmarines gather her soul in a seed and plant it in a location of a massive battle, in the hope she would regrow as a warrior god of rape trees instead of a schizo cray-cray queen of gardening. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the lizard men, renamed Sephiron, are fucking badass. They landed their spaceships in the new realms and proceed to skullfuck Chaos and Skaven beyond belief. During their time in the stars, the Slan became gods that were more powerful than any other being. They fucking recreated Lustria using only their thoughts and brought back all the dinosaurs with their minds. Holy fuck. They can also manipulate any realm gate or portal that opens and make whoever goes through it appear wherever they want them to appear. For example, an army of Nurgle warriors went through a portal that was supposed to go to Nurgle's garden, but for lols, the Sephiron made the Nurgle warriors come to them instead. They then proceeded to skullfuck the Nurgle wankers to death. A Skaven who watched the massacre started screaming in terror as memories of his rat bros getting butchered and sacrificed by the lizard men in the old world flooded back to him. The Slan are actually more godlike than even the Chaos Gods themselves, as they have an omnipresent view of all the realms. Eat shit, Chaos lol. Lord Croak also returns more powerful than ever. While hurling thousands of meteors at his enemies, he decided to also rearrange the stars to form the face of a smiling red frog, because he's a funny cunt like that. And that is pretty much up to date. The player takes over the narrative from there, fighting out their own battles and painting their miniatures. A few other fun facts though. Other than the Realm of Heavens, Chaos also could not entirely conquer the Realm of Shadows, as Marathian Malarian would just completely fuck them all up. Teclis was unable to stop Archaon from taking the Realm of Light, while Tyrion was curb stomping Slaanesh somewhere else. Archaon then gifted the realm to Titsnitch. But you know, because Khorne attacked Chaos, pretty much every mortal realm is now contested, other than Sigmar's realm, which Chaos haven't been able to crack into. There's obviously a ton of other side plots, characters, and narrative that is there to read, but this is the meat of the story and pretty much everything you need to know to get a solid understanding of it. If you like this video, I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up and even subscribe. I have a competition running for my subscribers where I'll send the winner a free postage paid High Elf regiment, so check out that video. It's my 1,000 subscriber thank you video, if you're interested in winning it. I also read all comments, so feel free to hit me up in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.